A Tesla coil, resembling a magic wand capable of producing its own mini lightning, was invented over 100 years ago by the brilliant scientist Nikola Tesla. This fascinating device amplifies electricity to create bright, sparky displays of high voltage. However, despite their intriguing appearance, Tesla coils are extremely dangerous. Their potent electrical output can be lethal, posing a significant risk far beyond ordinary electrical hazards. Let's find out why. First, it's important to know that no pain doesn't always mean no danger. Usually, getting an electric shock is painful and makes your muscles twitch. However, the electricity from Tesla coils is different because it's at a super high frequency. This means it changes direction so quickly that our nerves and muscles can't react to it as they would with slower, lower frequency electric currents. That's why you might not feel pain or shock from a Tesla coil. But remember, just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's safe. High-frequency currents like those from Tesla coils can still be very dangerous. Tesla coils can cause sneaky burns. If the sparks from a Tesla coil touch your skin, they can result in deep burns known as radiofrequency burns. Holding metal objects to intercept the sparks might seem like a way to avoid getting burned, and while it might not hurt or may just feel warm, it's still not safe. Different from typical burns caused by hot surfaces or fire, radiofrequency burns can occur without direct contact with a hot object. The radiofrequency energy can penetrate the skin, causing burns that aren't immediately visible. These burns can be quite painful and potentially more serious than they first seem. A Tesla coil, even a small one, can be very powerful. It creates electricity that moves back and forth really fast. This fast-moving electricity is usually at a very high frequency, which means it changes direction many times in a second. Now, your heart has its own electrical system that controls how it beats. It's like a natural pacemaker. Normally, this system works perfectly, but it can get confused if it's hit with other electrical signals, especially if they're strong. If the frequency of the Tesla coil's electricity changes even a little bit and becomes closer to the frequency that your heart uses, it can interfere with your heart's natural rhythm. So, if the Tesla coil's electricity gets in sync with your heart's electricity, it can cause the heart to beat irregularly or even stop. This is really dangerous, which is why even small Tesla coils can be risky if not handled properly. It's important to remember that even though you can't always feel the electricity from a Tesla coil, it can still affect your body in serious ways. Sometimes, the sparks from a Tesla coil can accidentally create a path for dangerous electricity to reach you. If you're touching the coil, or even just near enough for the sparks to get to you, this high voltage can travel through your body. It's like receiving a powerful and dangerous electric shock. An important safety rule is to never use both hands at the same time when near a Tesla coil. Never. Touching the coil with both hands can create a path for the electric current across your chest. This is extremely risky as the electricity could pass through your heart, leading to serious heart problems, even stopping your heart. Using just one hand reduces this risk. A good practice with any electrical equipment is to keep one hand behind your back or in your pocket. This helps avoid accidental paths for the current. The sparks from a Tesla coil can produce ozone and other gases. These are not good for your lungs to breathe in. Ozone is different from the oxygen we usually breathe. Normal oxygen molecules have 2 atoms, but ozone molecules have 3. Breathing in ozone can irritate your throat, lungs, and airways. It's similar to the scratchy, uncomfortable feeling your eyes get in a smoky room. Ozone can also damage the tiny air sacs in your lungs. Think of your lungs like a sponge that helps you breathe. Ozone can harm this sponge, making it less effective. Lastly, remember that Tesla coils can disrupt electronics like your phone or computer. These devices have delicate internal components that rely on electricity. They're designed for only small amounts of electrical current. However, when exposed to the strong electromagnetic fields from a Tesla coil, they can receive an overload of electricity. It's similar to trying to drink a small sip of water, but instead, getting a sudden, strong stream from a garden hose. This surge of electricity from the Tesla coil can overwhelm the sensitive electronics in your phone or computer, potentially causing malfunction or damage. So, even though Tesla coils are cool to look at, it's super important to remember they are not toys and can be very dangerous. Always follow safety rules and never touch a Tesla coil with both hands. If you're ever in doubt, ask an adult for help. Stay safe.